More 400-meter action coming your way.
Very hot under 20 boys, the 400 meters. And we have 3 cracking semi-final races as well. The top 2 from each plus the next 2 best will advance to the final. The CARIFTA record 45.02 by Kirani James of Grenada, set in 2010. One of the greats of this wonderful event. There's the lineup: Jaheim Joseph of the British Virgin Islands, Pierre Quanel of Grenada, Taj Marquez White of Jamaica, Michaelan Woods of Trinidad and Tobago, Johnson Rouse of Barbados, Stefan Bolson of St. Kitts and Nevis, and Nazario Gomes of Anguilla. Taj Marquez White of Jamaica, the fastest in the field at 45.84. He is coached by the great Glenn Mills at the Racers Track Club, even though he attends high school at Kingston College. A silver medalist at the CARIFTA Games in 2022 at the under 17 level. A slow starter, but when he gets going over the last 200 meters, he is unstoppable. There is Taj Marquez White. He's come here to try and win his first ever individual CARIFTA gold medal. It will not be easy, but he is among the favorites. Michaelan Woods of Trinidad and Tobago has improved this season to 47.03. There he is. Off they go. First semi-final in the under 20 boys 400 meters. Oh, they have been recalled. They got to about 40 or 50 meters before I heard the second gun. Tough.
They'll all have to refocus here. Yeah, that the second gun came pretty late. Well, just seems to be a bit of concern here on the face of, is that Joseph Leonard of the British Virgin Islands?
Let's have a look at this. Well, he got left in the blocks. And in a situation like that, the starter does have the discretion of recalling the race. In fact, it is advised.
Yeah, he just didn't see. I think he was complaining he didn't hear the gun. He's the one furthest away from the gun. Of course, yeah, you do have the assistance.
Well, given where the starter is, he is closest to the
he is,
gun.
yes, you're right. Actually, usually the starter is out on the right.
Well, while we sort all of that out, slight look of concern. Remember, top 2 plus the next 2 best to advance to the final. This semi-final, the favorite is Taj Marquez White of Jamaica. One of 2 sub-46 performers in the field this year. Michaelan Woods of Trinidad and Tobago. I've watched him improve with every single race this season. Came down to 47.03 in the semi-finals of the Jamaican High School Champs. Can he continue to improve here at the CARIFTA Games at home and go sub-47? Hopefully for him it will be in the final later on, but he has to get there first. Too short to go through. Johnson Rouse of Barbados is to be watched as well, and the second gun again.
Well, the first time it has been revealed now that Joseph Leonard of the British Virgin Islands didn't hear the gun, so that's why it was called back. Be interesting to see what the reason is for this one. No problems for Leonard this time. He started well.
No disqualifications yet at CARIFTA 2025, and it's something you never want to see.
Certainly is. It's hugely disappointing for these young athletes to come all the way. You train very hard and die.
Wow, this is a significant development here. Michaelan Woods has been disqualified for a false start.
Well, he's not happy at all. Still protesting his innocence here, but he has been shown the card. He has to leave.
He can request to see the evidence, whatever is available. If he's unhappy, he can request to run under protest. Doesn't mean he will be allowed, but he can make the request, Michaelan Woods.
Well, he is walking off the track. For a moment there, I thought he was going back to his blocks, and he had actually requested it, but the officials are in communication here.
Well, let's have a look at this. He's in lane number 5, Woods. Yeah. He's been returned here, and the crowd has gone wild, but on the evidence of what we just saw, looked pretty clear to the naked eye. Now he's been shown a yellow card. Just to put it out there, I'm never a fan of these things. Unless a wrong decision has been made, then I feel the officials have to stand their ground, because what will happen is that you start having everyone protesting whenever they have been given a red card.
Yeah, the floodgates open. Now, how is this going to affect his psychology here? Because maybe a little bit of a lift. He's gotten a chance to compete, but doesn't look altogether pleased here. Can he pull himself together?
So essentially what has been ruled is that that was a faulty start, or that the start was disturbed by Woods, but it hasn't been ruled a false start.
If that makes sense.
I can imagine the debates around the region now. Anyhow, we have a race. That is what matters.
I would not venture a look at social media at this point.
Maybe you should. Up they go at last for the first semi-final in the under-20 boys 400 meters. Michaelan Woods has gone out quickly for Trinidad and Tobago, to the roar of the crowd. Running well down the backstretch as well, Stephen Bolson of St. Kitts and Nevis. The Barbadian ranging up Johnson Rouse. Tash Marquez White, the favorite out of Jamaica, not yet into his running. But it's the last 200 that is almost impossible to stop. Johnson Ross of Barbados takes them into the straightaway. Tash Marquez White eases forward as well, the Jamaican. And the favorite bounces down the Hasle Crawford Stadium track. Newly relayed, and I'm sure that felt good under his feet. Tash Marquez White, the fastest in the CARIFTA region this season, sat in the blocks, clearly not happy about something, but he's through to the final later on today.
Yeah, he was able to throw everything over his shoulder. I think that's what the indication was. He put it over his shoulder and went on to win quite comfortably. And his finishing there was absolutely superb. Going past the big Hasle Crawford Stadium, the big board, he really timed his run well. And he looked a picture of composure, just gliding past the field and getting out there for the win.
47.20 the winning time for Tash Marquez White. Finished second in the under-17 division in 2022, beaten by his countryman and schoolmate Marcinia Rose, who will come up in the second semi-final. Beat Marcinia Rose twice this season at Jamaica's CARIFTA trials, and then when they met again at the high school championships, the final at the high school championships, a lot closer though. And with the defending champion Malachi Austin out of Guyana in this field as well, we are in for a cracking final later on if they all negotiate qualifying. Taj Marquez White has done what he needed to do in this first semi-final. Out of the picture slightly at this stage, with the Barbadian Johnson Rouse running a very good first 300. Michaelan Woods struggled down the stretches. Marquez White was trotting through on the inside, and along with the Barbadian Terrell Johnson Rouse through to the final. 47-20 for Marquez White, 47-45 for Johnson Rouse of Barbados, 47-92 for Gums of Anguilla, and 47-98 for Woods. They are the two on the bubble at this stage.